Ladies and gentlemen, Cinco de Mayo is tomorrow. And let me tell you something, Nate. I got a nice little gift for Cinco de Mayo, okay? Okay, and every boxing fan out there has one too. We got Saul Canelo Alvarez going up against Billy Joe Saunders over there. Okay, let me tell you something. I think this is going to be a good fight, Nate. I really do. A little bit of information on both. Canelo is 55-1, with 37 knockouts. And honestly, Nate, I could go through all the fighters he's faced that are like champions, but we'd be here forever. It's just as simple as that. Canelo Alvarez, there's not a lot I got to say about the guy. Right now, he's pound for pound the greatest boxer, in my opinion. I don't even think it's close. Okay, you could put like Tyson Fury at number two, Terrence Crawford at number. It don't matter. At the end of the day, Canelo was number one. Um, Canelo is a four-division world champion, and let me tell you something, Nate. Not only has Canelo won four like a title in every weight class, but I think he is almost unified a title in every weight class. Like you don't understand how hard that is to do, Nate. To just because you can win one title in a weight class, right? But to capture every title in four different, it's tough. It really is. I know Floyd Mayweather was really good at it. Obviously, I think Floyd Mayweather, when he showed his belt collection, he had like 24 belts or something, which is ridiculous. But Canelo Alvarez, let me tell you something, man. He is easily going to be a future Hall of Famer. It's not even close. And you want to hear the scary part, Nate, is that this guy has a Hall of Fame career, okay? And Canelo Alvarez is only 30 years old. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. This man's 30 years old and he is a Hall of Famer already. He could retire now, spend the next 50 years of his life probably like just doing nothing, and he is a Hall of Famer. But it's because he stepped into the game at such a young age. Again, he does have two no decisions or draws. One of them was to Triple G, and the other one was to Jorge Juarez back in 2006. Now, going to Billy Joe Saunders, Nate. Billy Joe Saunders is 30-0 with 14 knockouts. Yeah, Nate. I mean, I'm looking at the opponents that Billy Joe Saunders has faced, and the only two really or three that like I'm familiar with is Willie Monroe Jr., David Lemieux, and Chris Eubank Jr. I am a big fan of Chris Eubank Jr. But I mean, let me tell you something, Nate. Okay, this is going to be a good fight. I'll say this: I think the way that Billy Joe Saunders has a chance of beating Canelo, the best way is for him to win by points. Okay, play the Floyd Mayweather card. Win by points. Don't try going knocking out Canelo because let me tell you something. He's going to fail in the attempt, and Canelo's going to capitalize on that. Billy Joe Saunders, and that helps and that works for Billy Joe Saunders because Billy Joe Saunders, I feel like, is more of a points fighter than he is a knockout artist. He only has 14 knockouts. That's less than half of your fights. Um, I think what Billy Joe Saunders needs to do is focus on keeping distance from Canelo. I think that if he can distance himself away from Canelo, kind of hit him with the jab a little bit, just touch Canelo, just touch him, just get your points. I think Billy Joe Saunders has a chance of winning this fight. Now again with Canelo Alvarez, I really do think he's going to win this fight, but I think the way Canelo is going to win it is the way he does with every single fight. He's going to close and confine the space, and I think when he sees this shot, he's going to pull it. Again, Canelo Alvarez is very good with a lot of things. And Canelo Alvarez, Nate, is almost a perfect fighter. He's proven that he can take a punch. He's proven that he can deliver a punch. He has proven that he has great defense. He has proven that he can go 12 rounds, that he can knock someone out early. He has proven all these types of things. There's a reason why this man is a four-division champion. And I'm gonna be honest with you, at age 30 years old, call me insane, but you can definitely make a case for Canelo Alvarez being the greatest Mexican fighter of all time. That is what's so scary about it. In the history of Mexican boxers in in the world that has ever boxed, the fact that Canelo Alvarez might be number one, that is ridiculous at age 30 years old. But again, man, I think Canelo confines the space. I do. I think he does a very good job of that. I think he ends up pressuring Billy Joe Saunders. And here's how I think this fight's gonna work, okay? Whoever the winner of this fight is, it's going to come down to spacing. Whether it's Billy Joe Saunders keeping distance from Canelo and picking his shots, or whether it's Canelo Alvarez closing the distance on Billy Joe Saunders. The one thing I will say is this: Billy Joe Saunders cannot, and I mean he cannot, stay on those ropes. He cannot do it. If he gets on those ropes, it's done. Canelo Alvarez is going to chew you apart like a shark. It's as simple as that. But here's how I think this fight's going to work. I think the majority of this fight, I think it's going to be close. I think Canelo's probably going to win by like 2 rounds. I do think Billy Joe Saunders is going to have a few rounds won, but I think Canelo's going to win by a couple. But is going to be ahead by like 2 rounds. I think between the 8th round and the 11th round, I think Canelo knocks down Billy Joe Saunders, and in that same round, I think Billy Joe Saunders gets back up, and I think he ends up TKOing Billy Joe Saunders in Arlington, Texas. I don't know what's next after that for Canelo. I'll say this: after this fight, I really don't think there's enough. There's anything left for Canelo. I think the only fight I would like to see after this is the Charlo brothers. I really want to see him versus the Charlo brothers because I think the Charlo brothers are good, but I think Canelo Alvarez beating those two Charlo brothers, I think, and I love the Charlo brothers, but I think him beating the Charlo brothers, I think they'll definitely cement Canelo Alvarez's like legacy. I think it's already cemented, but I think that is just a period on the career. Um, but yeah, I think Canelo. I'm gonna say this: if there's a round that Canelo Alvarez is gonna knock him out or TKO him in, I think it's probably gonna be the 10th or the 11th. To be honest with you. That's what I really think. I think Canelo Alvarez defeats Billy Joe Saunders by TKO. But again, you know what, Nate? Best of luck to both those fighters. It's going to be an absolutely great, great fight, Nate. I mean, I'm really excited for it. And it's going to be on Cinco de Mayo. So you know what? Hey, everybody, get that party ready because it's going to be a nice little party when Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders steps into that ring.
You're damn right it's gonna be. I already know I got Canelo winning this fight. That's a no-brainer. But you know what, Mario? I don't. I got him with a. I got him with a KO. I got him with a KO in the 6th round. I can see that happening. And,
Sixth, right in the middle?
and don't get me wrong. Nothing against Billy Joe Saunders, but like you said, Mario, he hasn't faced anybody like Canelo. At least
No,
not
I
that
agree with
we're.
that.
At least not that we're aware of. So I
Right.
mean,
It
maybe. I
hasn't been
mean,
these world-class champions.
right. Hey, I mean, maybe it is a first, and this dude will actually knock it all out. Who knows?
I'd be
I
shocked.
could be speaking up my ass right now. Who knows? But I don't know, man. The way Canelo been fighting ever since that Floyd Mayweather lost, dude. This dude's been on top of the world. The dude's been absolutely on top of the world. He's just knocking people out the box like it's nothing. I just think he's gonna continue doing that for as long as he fights. Unless if he fights Floyd Mayweather again, that I don't know what would happen then. But look. All right. I got Canelo winning 6th round. He's gonna knock him out, bro. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna knock him out in Jerry World, like the Dallas Cowboys do there. So, damn Dallas Cowboys. But look, this isn't about the Dallas Cowboys. I'll poop on them another day. But look, to both fighters, to everybody competing in this event, best of luck to you guys. Best of luck. Best of luck to the Cinco de Mayo event. I hope it does well. And yeah, we'll get you guys on Monday with the results of this fight.